A little child asked us about dinosaurs and giants in the Bible. Well, we don't see the word anything about dinosaurs in the Bible. We see things like Behemoth, but that could have been, just you know, a hippopotamus. It could be anything. Uh, Elephants were big, but if we think about in the Bible, we see giants, and they were called Nephilim. And then much later, we see the story about David and Goliath in Samuel. And if you take, and there's a lot of people that are quite tall and small, and if you can think of maybe some of the shorter Asian people when the soldiers in World War II were there from the US, they were much taller. And if you think about maybe years ago, people were even smaller, maybe let's say no taller than 5 feet, and maybe that's where David was. And then he sees Goliath, and Goliath could have been like 6'7". He's going to look like a giant. And I think that that's part of what the term giant means. I just think bigger in stature. I don't think it means like somebody that's 20 feet tall or something like that. I don't believe that it's that. And from everything I've looked at, we haven't found skeletons that were that big. We found some that were taller than the other people, but not anything that would be like we would call a giant, like the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, or the Lilliputians looking upon Gulliver. It's those kind of things that I think it's relative. And also the term like Nephilim could be referring to somebody in stature or in position, like somebody of importance, or wealthy or something, or a leader. But now let's switch over to the dinosaurs. The Bible doesn't talk about that, but if you look at the story of creation, and in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Okay. It doesn't tell us how long a time that took. It says in the beginning, that's what God created. And then it says that the earth was all mixed up and, God settled it down, and we have this. But there's no timeline until we get to a certain point. And then God starts to say day one. But nothing tells you how long a day is. And is a day, is that creation? Is that an era? Is it something we don't know? So the dinosaurs were before mankind. In that period we're not told about. But when God planted the garden, when he created us, and we're still not told the timeline then. So that part of it can exist before. Now, people talk about creation and whether it's that or evolution, and we just have to look at it as that's the way God created things. And is there evolution involved? Absolutely, because we don't have a timeline. So we have to visualize that a little differently. And I hope this helps you understand that it has to do with perspective, the way we see things, the length of time. I hope that makes sense. Amen.